just not going to pretend or try to hide it from you. This is the show, okay? So if you see me go back there and look at it, that's what I'm doing. I am in that phase of life where nothing sticks. And it's kind of okay. I don't mind it, really. I'm kind of just glad that I've made it this far. Because, I'm from an era when you ingested things that weren't really, they were different. You could do different things. I could roll a joint with one hand. I could do that. I can't do that now. I can't even tell the difference anymore. Between the oregano and the weed. No, I went out and I thought, oh, this is going to be great. It's a night out. I'm going to just go do this. And I, got a little bag of something. I was so excited. And I thought, okay, and I was in the club, I was in the club, looking good. Hair was going, had my club lips on. I rolled up the little thing. I was like, this is good. Whoa, this is really good, man. And when I got home, my friend said to me, you do know that's oregano, right? And I'd been careening into people, trying to pick people up. It was so sad. It was so sad. Anyway, I'm learning and feeling now because I just kind of feel so much is going on, so much is happening. And I love words. I'm a big fan of words because I think words are very important. And now, there's a whole new set of words for me not to say. Now, they say they'll bleep them if it should slip from my mouth. Let's test it, shall we? I'm not going to say when, but you'll know when it happens. But it's very interesting now because everything that's going on has got people all freaked out, because now there's been this whole hazarai, okay, because a word was uttered and repeated, and people have lost their minds. They've lost their minds. They say, oh, there's a moratorium on it. You can never say it again. All the black people I know say, we can never say that word again. And I keep saying, why not? Why not? They say, well, it's a crime. I don't understand. They say it's a bad word. I say, no, I know bad words. And people keep telling me what a bad word is. You see, I like words. I have a very different thought about them. See, there are certain words that I can't say on television that are great words. Like okay? Now, here's the thing about that word. I have an idea that there's a really horrible word that's out there that people say all the time. They say it to their kids. They say it in the presence of anyone. They utter it all the time. And no one ever says, oh, how dare you say that word? Because it's okay. Nobody has a problem with it. Do you know what it is? Can you guess? No. Somebody has said, yeah. Some of you have been to my shows, I can tell. See, no, that's it. Stupid. That is a word, when you say it to a child, sticks with them for their entire life. They know that word. They keep that word in their heart like love. You see? And you can't say stupid with a smile. You say with a smile. I think stupid is much worse than anything anyone has ever heard me say. And yet, people say it all the time. You're so stupid. That was so stupid. And nobody ever goes, because really it's the intent, isn't it? It's never the word. Like the N-word. That's what we have to call it now. The N-word. And everyone says, don't say it again. We should put a moratorium on it because it's a bad word. It's a word that raises all kind of connotations to people, and it's bad. But see, it's not bad to me because I don't know any and I've never been one. somebody say it, I don't turn around. Because I know they're not talking to me. But apparently other people don't feel like that. Apparently other people feel like it's a very bad word. But is it the bad? Is it the word? Because just because you don't say it doesn't mean you're not thinking it. You see? And you can't stop anybody from thinking it. So what is it that really upsets us? It's not the word. It's the intent of the word. All the things it's supposed to mean, like the word stupid. You see? So to me, it's kind of the same. Though I can say stupid endlessly, and nobody is shocked. But if I say the N-word, everybody's gonna get mad. And you know, white folks, I'm talking specifically right now to y'all. Because the problem with white folks is you hear the word and you say to black people, well, you all say it, why can't we say it? Now see, here's your first problem. You ask permission to say a word you already are not comfortable with. And then you're surprised when somebody pops you in the eyeball. Come on. What did you think was going to happen? See, in the olden days, nobody asked permission, they just said it. And when you ask permission, you want permission to say something to me that you don't think is right. Why would I give that to you? And as you see, people get in a lot of trouble. People lose their minds. Now, of course, this situation that I'm referring to, that I'm not actually speaking towards, changed a little bit because it went one step further. It went to a place where you thought, damn. Damn. See, because normally, to get to that place, you have to go into your brain, look through your file, go through the paperwork, and then whip that out. This was in like the side pocket. He was like, you remember Goldfinger? He was like Odd Job. Remember the guy with the hard hat? And he went, and every head in the audience people didn't know what to do. So now we're in a moratorium state of mind. And of course, we never ever actually deal with the idea that race is still an issue. It is still an issue. Come on. And I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. If you cut me off in traffic, I'm just saying, I have had these things fly from my mouth. You Asian mother, you white mother, son of a bitch, Russian. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It comes, it flies right out of my mouth, and it's easy. Because it's the first thing you think you see. Kind of like the phrase African American. This, please. I visited Africa. Okay? I'm not an African American, I'm an American. You see? Because every time, well, I don't know, maybe you'll disagree, maybe you won't. But every time I hear something hyphenate American, it means you're not supposed to get all the rights and privileges allowed to an American. I had this big debate because I'm tired of changing what we are. You know, I was fine with Negro. I was cool with black. Now I'm afraid of what's going to come. You know, I'm tired of changing it. Why can't I just be what? You see me. That's not like I was Spanish yesterday and woke up black the next day. I'm just what? I'm tired of, you know, I think part of what's happening is I've gotten to the point in my life where I just don't want to make any more compromises. You know, I just don't. This is it. This is what it is. I say stuff pisses you off, that's okay. I say stuff doesn't piss you off, that's okay. I care, you know. No, I do care. But the point is, here in this wonderful country, it is my entitlement to have an opinion and voice it. I can do it when I vote. I can do it when I chat. I can do it when I hang out. I can do it whenever I want to. It's my entitlement. So, I'm glad you're all here. It makes Bravo very happy that you're here, you know. But if no one had come, it would have been okay because I would still think the same things. I would still be the same person. Strange, yes, I agree. But thinner. We raised our children the way we said we didn't want to be raised. Our parents were very strict. Every time you got up from the table, it was, excuse me. If you asked for some, please pass the. May I have the? Excuse me, sir. Okay, I'm lying. I never had to say sir. Ma'am, sir. That was too strict. See, in the hippie era, we were like, no. Our kids. Our kids, we have to be able to communicate with them. We have to be able to feel them as people. So we eliminated please and thank you. They can just go get what they want. They don't even have to ask. We eliminated excuse me because you should feel the essence of someone coming. And you should know just to move out of the way. So our children raised their children without these things because no one taught them. We said we want a freer, more connected relationship with our kids. And they have raised barbarians. I tell this story a lot, and I change the situation all the time. Because sometimes when I'm telling the story to people, I can tell it as it actually happened. And then when I'm telling it in a big group, then I start rethinking it. I know I can't tell you how it actually happened. But I was on a public motor transportation for a long period of time when a small child was unleashed in this arena. Now, understandably, his mother was tired of catering to his needs because he was little and he needed a lot of attention. You know, you have kids, that's something that tends to happen. You got to pay attention to them. But apparently she was tired. So she unleashed him on the passenger. And little Buckwheat ran up and down. Little Buckwheat ran up and down the aisle. What's that? What's that? What's that? Ooh, 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 ooh. See, because his mother had said, ooh, look, there's Whoopi Goldberg. You know her from Elmo. Now, let us say I just entered in to my menopausal phase. So I wasn't quite the same Whoopi I was on Sesame Street. And this little boy, having been told I'm a nice lady, decided he was going to focus his attention on me and everything I was doing. And what was in my bag, and what are you doing? Can I touch it? He was in my bag. He was on my stuff. I said, little boy, come here. Go and sit down. Go and sit down. Because you're tired. I'm tired of you. I think if you give me a little break, I can last this trip. So little boy went over to his mama who said, oh, she doesn't mean it. Come on, you've got a lot of energy. Let it go. Let it go. Other passengers on this vehicle were now gritting their teeth because he was loud and he was touching and he was sneezing. And you know, no one has taught little children to cover their mouths, little petri dishes. So his mama sent him back in the aisles to run amok. And passengers were looking and breathing hard, and no one was saying anything. Because everybody was afraid. Because I guess now there's some law that says you can't say your child's annoying me. Everybody's trying to be politically correct. It's not politically correct when a child is in your face and has no boundaries. Or adults either, but that's another matter. So little buckwheat ran up and ran down and ran up and ran down. So I said, little boy, come here. And I made him get really close to me, crusty nose and all. I said, if you don't sit down, I am going to eat you. This sent his mother into a fit. How could I frighten a child like that? How could I say something so horrific to the child like that? I said, because he has to know there are consequences to his actions. And if you're not going to sit him down, I've got to do whatever I have to do short of beating his ass. Are you mad? And where are you focusing it? See, I'm trying to take my anger and focus it somewhere else, where it's not going to disturb anybody, but where it might just kind of go, hey, do you feel like this too? That's what it's about. So I'm going to do something that I know is wrong, because I've been given instruction, not by Bravo, and I must tell you, Bravo's been incredibly kind to me, but instruction from the community. I'm going to tell you a series of 3 jokes. 2 are okay. 1 will upset the community. My first joke is about a parrot. This is one of my favorites. A lady on her way to work one day sees in front of a pet store a parrot sitting on a stand. And as she passes the parrot says, ooh, you ugly. And the lady just walks past the parrot and goes on about her business. On her way home from work, she passes the parrot again, and the parrot says, ooh, you are ugly. This goes on for weeks. She passes the bird, ooh, you ugly, back and forth, ugly, 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 ugly. And finally she gets fed up. And she goes into the pet store. She says, listen, I'm going on vacation. When I come back, you better get rid of that bird, because that bird has been so vile, so rude to me, that if it says one more thing to me, I'm calling the ASPCA. Out! The bird is going out. The man said, please, ma'am, this bird means so much to my family. We've had it for a long time. I promise you, when you come back from vacation, this won't happen again. She said, well, see that it doesn't. So off she went to Bermuda. And when she comes back, she knows she's on her way to work, and she's a little tense, but she feels that it's all been taken care of. She knows the damn bird's not going to be out there. But as she walks towards her building, she sees the bird sitting out on that perch again. And as she walks, she sees the bird, and she says, I'm going over there. And she walks up to the bird and looks at her. And the bird looked at her and said, you know. That was not the joke the community will be questioning. The second joke is yet another parrot joke, because I love parrot jokes. This woman has always wanted a parrot. Always. She loves them. She loves the way they look. She loves their wingspan. She loves their color. But she could never afford it. But every day she thought to herself, boy, I wish I could have a parrot. It'd be really great to have a parrot, because they're wonderful and they're beautiful and they'd be wonderful. But years went by and she never got one. But she worked hard. And then a friend of hers passed away and left her his parrot. She was overjoyed. She brought him home. She took the little cloth off because, of course, she had prepared her home. She had a beautiful new cage for him. She had new parrot toys and things, just everything a parrot could want. And she pulled the cover off the cage, and the parrot cursed her a blue streak. This parrot hated her. Every time she'd go to put her arm in it, but she tried and tried to make friends with this parrot. The parrot cursed her, bit her, did all kinds of things. And after about a month, she got really upset. Unlike her, she got very upset. She walked up to the parrot, she snatched him, she walked into the kitchen, opened the refrigerator, opened the freezer, threw him in there, threw the refrigerator door closed, and walked away. And while she could still hear him going, she said, oh my God, I done killed the bird. So she walked over and she listened closer, and she didn't hear anything. She said, what am I going to do? So she opened the refrigerator, she opened the freezer, and the bird popped out on her arm. And the bird said, ma'am, I'm heartily sorry for the way that I have treated you. I realized that I didn't recognize a good owner when I saw one. And I promise you, I will be the exemplary bird that you want me to be if you'll just give me another chance. Do you think you could do that? She said, well, of course. Yeah. And he said, may I ask you another question? She said, of course. The bird said, what did the chicken do? A little black baby angel was up in heaven. He was flying around, just having a great time. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah! Yeah! And he looked over and he saw God coming up over the mountain. He said, hi, God. God said, hey. Said, God, can I ask you a question? And God said, yeah. So I'm coming over there. Hey, God, since I got these wings, am I an angel? God looked down and said, no, nigga, you a bat.